Alright, everybody, welcome back to Joshie.dat. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. It is a nice Saturday morning here as I'm recording in the little corner of the room. And couple changes. You can see I've clearly gotten a haircut. I have shaven for the most part. And the camera is a little bit better. I tweaked it a little bit. I got some settings changed. And it overall just looks a lot nicer. It's not as fuzzy looking as it always used to look. I'm really happy I managed to figure out how to get rid of that, because that always has bugged me every time I used a webcam, was the fuzziness. But we are on level 181 Panzerbahn. And before we get going here, I have a little thing to correct that I made a mistake on in the last video. When we were playing Infrawatered, I was actively talking about trading places and how this level was originally meant for it. And honestly, probably should have stayed in it, because I felt like this level was not that bad, despite being a little minimal in terms of what it's trying to accomplish. But in doing so, I accidentally counted it towards the trading places total, which is not correct. It is supposed to be a JCCLP rejects count. So we are going to take it away from trading places and add it to the rejects count. So that is the right total. And now we can properly move on to Panzerbahn. Always got to remember to click the window to make it active. Alright, so this level was designed for a 9x9 set project that VT and I were going to attempt. We made about 16 or so levels in total, but it quickly fell through the cracks. Simply because 9x9 levels, while they are cool, it is very difficult to make a full set of 149 levels with them. Now, I do think the task is doable. You just have to be extremely creative. And I think I screwed it because somehow my input got doubled up on.
Bummer.
So that is a very, very stupid way to add to the death count, but we are here for it. So this level was just one of those levels I made. It's basically a toggle tank style level. You just have to maneuver 2 blocks at the same time instead of just one. Actually, I think toggle tank had a room where you had to do 3 blocks, if I am remembering that level correctly. It's been a while since I played CCLP 1, but if all goes well, with the black and white series, that won't be too long before we do. And there is Panzerbahn completed. Pretty basic, simple level. It can be a little tricky if you don't know the path for the block. As far as I'm aware, there is no quicker way of doing it. I don't think there's a way of saving a toggle press with this level, but I'm not sure. I haven't done any explicit testing or anything. But yeah, that's Panzerbahn. That goes to the other category. So that goes up to 7. Perfect. Alright, Torture Chamber Deluxe. This was originally a Josh L5 level, but I have since made a good amount of tweaks to this to improve the composition. So we start off by making this big nail here for this yellow key. And then we can go up in here. Okay. So pushing that opens up this room with this 3-block circle man. That's actually pretty easy. Not a whole lot of thought there. Almost positive I adapted that from someplace. Okay, so this part's a little unclear. I think you are supposed to extract one of these to blow that up. And then and I think you do this. Yeah, I think this is correct. So we hold that down. That connects to a do I still need the boots? I can't remember. I don't think so. It's not safe to go through the teleport yourself by any means. Okay, so this is open. And I have to go this way. I did indeed screw it. I needed the skates still to access that block back. Not what I wanted to do, but it needed to be done anyway. Add that to the count, and we'll get back to that point.
Bummer.
I don't know what I was thinking with that. I completely forgot to blow the bomb up. Whoops. Okay, back at this part again. I always forget that this corridor is pretty long, so you can't exactly see what you need to do right away. But that's okay. And I missed my turnoff. Cool. Cool, I completely missed my turnoff on that point. That is very unfortunate. Okay, now we are back here. And I made sure to push that block out of the way this time. So I can just slide directly up here and not have to worry about it. And remember to push that block right there up the slide. Okay, so now we can extract this block and push it up here. And now it's in the trap. So now what we need to do is lose our boots, hit that button, and then we can collect the last chip. And we get our suction boots, which lets us not just go down there, but we go up here to collect this yellow key and go down here. Now, in the original version of this level, this would be the end of it. I had the exit like right here or something like that. But I have made this dirt path required once again. It used to be required the very first release of this level. It was required. And then I made it optional, and now I made it required again because I found a cool use case for it. So we go all the way around the level, free the tank to continue the path. And the whole purpose of this path is to get that tooth monster that has been guarding the exit this whole time into that trap. Now you lose the suction boots upon completing the circuit. You can't go backwards because the tank is blocking the way. So yeah, the thief under the block might be a little mean and unnecessary. There's probably a way I could avoid it, but I didn't. All you do is just dodge that one bomb and you're done. I like the level quite a bit, actually. The improvements I made, I think, make it a little better. I think that top part with the green door and the bomb, there's probably a way I can adjust it to make it more obvious or not punishing if you miss the timing. But I have to really look into it and see if I can do something about that. But we'll see. Otherwise, I like the level the way it is. Pretty cool. It's honestly one of my favorites from Joshie 5, even to this day. So, pretty cool stuff. Joshie 5 goes up to 18, and we are striked with another Joshie 5 level, Spaghetti Code. This level, originally, embarrassingly enough, required trial and erroring it because there was no way of seeing the trap connections. Here I made them a little bit more apparent because they all have gliders in them, and they will blow up bombs right away. So we start off with a yellow key, which is up there, so we need to find the button that connects to that. Okay, top right connects to bottom left. Top connects to bottom left bottom. Okay, you connect to that. And you connect to that, okay. Okay, suction boots. I think was this one? Yes. Alright, blue key. We haven't opened yet, so could you be that one? No. That one? Yes. Okay. Okay, fire boots. We also haven't unlocked yet. Only one of two trap buttons we haven't pressed. I think it's this one right here and the one right here. Which means it's that one. No? I swear I haven't pressed that button. Maybe I did. Huh. Ooh. Gotta be a quicker way to change the death counter, man. Okay, what was the button I needed to hold down to get myself started? Was it this bottom left one? Yes, it was. So this becomes basically a memory game. If you can remember the trap buttons, the way they're connected. And of course, the less you press initially, the easier it is. But you do still have to guess and hope you can remember it. I believe it was that one. Okay, this middle one is for the top left one. That is for the bottom left. Okay, that's the one I need. Okay, so what one connected to this? Oh, the middle. That one. Okay. Alright, tank button. I think it was this one. What one opened that one? Was it this one? No. No, it was not that one. Alright, we're gonna be here for a second here. Okay, so I remember it's that one. Okay. I am just blowing every chance up. This is almost definitely going to be a failure. Yeah. My memory's not that good, guys. It used to be really good, and then it just went to crap. But if you have a good memory, you will benefit from this level. Okay, so I think it was the top left one. No. 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 It was the middle one. I'm just gonna restart it. I'm not even gonna try to remember any of that. Almost pushed the block in the corner there. That would have been completely stupid. Okay, which one were you, man? You were the bottom right. Okay. My inputs are just doubling up today. Okay, so these bottom four are done, which is pretty cool to know. So I just have to focus on the top four buttons now. So I need to... I pressed one of them. pretty sure it was this top one, the top right one I pressed. Yeah, okay, that's the one that connects to that. Progress for this attempt so far. Okay. Now... Okay, the right middle one connects to that. Good to know. Okay, that's what connects to this. Alright, by process elimination, this top middle one connects to here. What? Are you serious, man? Was that not right? Oh, the bottom ones weren't done. Okay. I thought they were done. My bad. Alright, I am starting to remember it a little bit. Alright, I think the middle one was this one. Okay, we are going to do something. I don't have any pen or paper near me, so we're just going to have to wing it. I was going to start writing down the connections, which I think is what I intended on the player to do anyway. But oh well. Okay, now I know the bottom middle connects to this. And if I'm not mistaken, what's the one button I have not covered this whole time? Okay, this connects to the key. And this connects to the start. I honestly think it's this one. Of course it's not that one, man. Of course it's not. Of course it's not that one. And what one was it? The one below it, was it? I guess so. Alright, I'll take the restart on that one. Sorry for the little bit of delay with this one. This was not a level I expected to to frustrate me. If I'm being completely honest, I expected to, I honestly expected the one-shot this, maybe two-shot it. So I'm more upset with myself for not remembering properly. Alright, that's what connected to that. Okay, flippers was that corner. Toggle button was this one. This should be a solve though. There we go. Not a hard level. You just have to have a good memory, which unfortunately I just don't have a good memory anymore. If I can be a little bit serious for just a couple of moments here, my memory has just gone pretty bad over these past couple of years. I have a really horrible tendency of forgetting about stuff that doesn't really matter to me that much, just for the sake of having as much clarity in my head as possible, just to have good vibes and stuff. So my memory is kind of shot, and I am considering taking some vitamins and stuff to help improve it. And I know those things exist like in the pharmacies and stuff. So don't let how my solving experience went influence how you feel about this level. If you just hate levels like this that make you remember stuff, then that's perfectly fair. I don't hate the levels like this at all. I just expected to perform better on camera with it. So that's where 95% of my frustration comes from with this level, is just I expected better of myself. So I can finally clear the death counter thing, and we can move on to more fun levels. Contaminated sewer lines. All blue walls are real. I forgot to add the Joshie.dat 5 level. I'll have to do that upon finishing this one. Or if I die, whichever one comes first. So this is a level I made for walls of CCLP 3. It uses the walls of blue blocks that Jacques made. And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with this level. It was not an easy template to work with by any means, but I'm glad I made something pretty cool with it. Okay, so we do this. Send you right into that trap. And we can go up here. Okay, I think all the blobs made their way into traps, which is cool. Yeah, there's originally open traps on this in this section that blobs move into on their own, and hopefully by the time you reach that point, they are all stuck in traps. Managed to snag that guy. Alright, so we clear that first. Let you do your thing. Blow that path up to access the singular yellow door that you must use. And one might think you have to go up here for something, but this is just a exploration path. It's not necessary. I could have blocked it off like I did the others, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to have one pathway you can go through to see. Okay, I think we just do this. Right. Oh yeah, I remember that. So that blue key up top is supposed to indicate there's a blue key underneath the block right here. Like that little teleport subversion section. Ooh, that was close. So this is kind of what brought to life the whole glider plus different monster combo to life, was this room right here. It's kind of why I abused it a lot in Walls of CCLP3. Okay, flippers. And watch all the blobs drown. And you can exit. Pretty cool. Alright, that was a good, well-deserved first time solve. Pretty fun level, I gotta say. It's unique in the regard that it combines, like, it's a blob level centered around water. It's a glider level. You know, it's a good combo of things. And it's pretty fun. Pretty fun. Freezing Paramecium. Oh, I remember making this level. This level's kind of obnoxious. Isn't it pretty awesome how they freeze like that? It's obviously only an MS. Yeah, that brief moment where they just freeze for a frame. This is otherwise just a pretty mindless item swapper. Nothing too crazy. Can collect that now. Get the skates. And we can exit. Alright, that's a JCCLP rejects level if I've ever seen one in my life. Nothing more to say. Ball wall. Okay, a pretty early Joshie.dat 2 level here.
Bummer.
And we die on it. Cool. Very cool. That could have very easily been avoided. Man, I can't believe that spaghetti code level added like 11 deaths to the list.
Bummer.
Oh, that's just rude. Very rude. Alright, we're gonna have to keep this death count open somewhere. Let's open it right there. Okay. Just leave it open. You know you're gonna add more to it. There's no sense of opening it up and closing it. So the cool thing about this level, if you want to call it a cool thing, is the rooms get smaller as you progress.
Bummer.
Oh, come on, man. That could have been avoided for sure. Even got the prompt, hey, are you doing that on purpose? Maybe. Maybe I am. Is Joshie deliberately dying just to increase the death counter? Or at least that chip's not being interfered. Alright, we got some ice slide action. That's kind of blind, but not really. Alright. Interesting, that doesn't have a ball on it. If I remember right, hello there. That used to lead to a path that would cook your make you cook the level if you traversed it again. So that's a pretty pointless pop-up wall there. But I removed it because it was kind of mean. Like, don't take this path again. It kind of came across as like mean, so I changed it. Pretty generic ball level. Nothing too crazy. Got another couple deaths on the count there, which doesn't hurt. I don't want to. It makes me look. I like the death counter because it kind of shows I'm not a perfect player. I'm far from a perfect player of this game. But I do think that puts us above the average of like a ratio of like 2 deaths a level or something. All right, Josh L2. Oh wait. We gotta close that, and then we gotta open this. Okay. Alright, Dark Vanilla. Okay, we can't exit the level with the skates in tow. So we need to do other things, I guess. Okay. There's a tooth monster. Okay, so now he's on the ice slide. Kind of cool navigation thing. Oh yeah, there's a hint right there that you can only access if you're willing to screw the level, which unfortunately I am not willing to do that at this point. Okay, gotta go from here. Tank will chase you. And good as gold. Okay, we need a green key. I'm guessing it's underneath a block in this room. But what block? Ah, the one the force wars are pointing to. Classic. And it looks like we have an extra block. So pretty lenient checkerboard. Actually, there's two extra blocks. All right, well we clearly can't use them. Whoa. I was not expecting a glider to come out. Okay, so we don't have enough blocks to cover all the buttons, so we need to use the glider. Which, let's see. How does one do this? We could just put a block right here, and it'll just do it for us. And it'll just go through slowly. But I am okay with that. Better have it do it like that. Okay. Is there a ball? There is a ball. Oh, okay, we gotta go in front of it. Okay, I saw another ball down here. Okay. Alright, that's the end of the level. Pretty weird one. Had a pretty, well, I don't want to say weird, but it kind of had an interesting choice of level sections. I definitely saw what I was trying to learn, especially on the right side with the pop-up walls. Like I was clearly learning block pathing with pop-up walls when I made this level. I think this was originally supposed to be a Joshie.dat level, but I think I rejected it later on because Joshie.dat was a cluster of problems. I think I tried making it a 149 level set, and some people didn't like that I did that, or thought the quality of the set was lackluster compared to L2, which I fully agree. It is lackluster, and it just went through a lot of crap, more or less, on both the design part and just quality control was just not there. And this wouldn't have been bad. This would have been an okay Joshie.dat level, but I had to make some cuts to make it 100 levels. So that's what we did. But we can... Whoa. Hello? What? I don't know what the heck just happened. What is going on here? My whole computer just completely froze up on me. That was weird. I don't know what the hell that was. But it looks okay now. I opened Task Manager and it looks okay. I don't know. Some kind of bug in OBS, I guess. Anyway, Rink Mesh. Let's just forget about that and move on to a blue wall level. Okay, I'm not sure if there's any paths that branch out. That one doesn't. That doesn't. Okay, red key. Okay, I can go 2 different ways. Okay, this looks like just a glider thing. So yeah, Josh L2 blue wall level. I think I made this specifically for level 61 of that set, and it was originally busted. It had a really huge bust to this. And the funny thing is I thought I fixed it. It was still busted. But I think I have for sure fixed it now. Okay. Pretty questionable ball dodging part, but that's alright. I really miss the Josh L2 level design days, man. I just... like, my design standards were starting to pick up. And improving. But at the same time, I didn't really care what I made at the time. Oh, hey, we can go up there. And when I say I didn't care what I made, I mean I didn't let other people's thoughts and opinions influence me that much back then. They started affecting me when I, of course, was becoming well known. Like, my designs were starting to become more favorable, and you know, all these Let's Plays of my sets that happened over the years, you know, that definitely influenced my design style to improve and become what it is. And it's so weird, you know, I kind of wonder where my level design would have gone if my level sets just never got Let's Played the way they did. Also, can we just talk about how cool this room is? Man, this room's kind of cool too. I think I was going for like a rink level style, which is where the title comes from. Is that it for this section? I guess so. Okay, what do we got here? Ah, I see. It's a little bit of a block slide. I think we have to do this. And we can just use this block for for that. Touching the border. Uh-oh. Oh, and then there's a way back in case you missed some stuff. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you passed a pop-up wall, though. So is that it? I guess that's it. Alright, cool little blue wall level. I liked it. The bust was originally... So you get the skates in the top left corner, and there was a way to avoid a thief that I placed originally, and you can just walk to the exit with the skates. And then I thought I enforced it with the force floor, but the force floor can just be bypassed. So I completely fixed it this time, just for Joshie. So, but this level will most likely never see a CCLP submission. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I can throw it in. Who knows? Alright, is my computer going to act up again? We gotta... Yep, it's gonna do it again. Why is it doing that? That's so weird. It does it every time I increase the count on a level now. This has never happened before, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to really do about it. Okay, we are back. I stopped the recording. I updated OBS to the absolute utmost updated version, just to see if it had something to do with some bug report that was reported previously. It's still doing the problem, but I do have a workaround that I just need to develop a habit into doing. So what I normally do is I have these sources with all the level counts below me, and I would double click them to adjust the count that way. And I've been doing this since this level count came into fruition. But now when I double click it, my whole screen goes black, and it only shows the level count number, and I can't do nothing about it. My mouse freezes, but when I scroll over to my other monitor, which I have right here, it works perfectly fine. So the computer is not fully frozen. It's just the program froze up for some reason. And the only way I can get it back to normal is if I try to close OBS while I am recording, which obviously it won't do because you have to stop the recording before you do that. And it makes it work again. But luckily I have a workaround. All I have to do is just click the level count once and just change it there. So I just have to develop a habit of doing that. That's all. Unnecessary for that to happen. I don't know why it happened now of all times, but that is life. Life is full of changes, man. And sometimes, more times than not, all you can do is embrace those changes, even if you don't like them. This has been Wisdom by Joshie. So anyway, this is Suction Shoe Forest, a Josh L4 level that I am still very, very happy with. I know this is not a lot of people's cup of tea, and that is a little disappointing, but I get it. But I have made numerous improvements to hopefully address most of the concerns people have had with this level. So the inspiration behind this level was 100% Mario and Luigi Dream Team related, because Josh L4 was being developed around that time when that game came out for the 3DS. Okay. So I changed it up so where you kind of have to press the buttons first by having you go down here to collect the red key. I guess you can still avoid pressing the red buttons, but that kind of helps make it a little obvious. That's what you have to do. And then likewise on this side. So there's a location in Dream Team called Somnom Woods, and the soundtrack for that level, or that portion of the game, is just drop dead beautiful. Alright, good. That's the hardest pop-up ball to reach in my opinion, so glad I got that. Didn't get that one though. That's a little bummer. And this level was made while I was listening to that soundtrack. I distinctly remember. And I still listen to that soundtrack to this day. As for my thoughts of Mario and Luigi Dream Team, I think it's the best Mario and Luigi game out there. That is going to be my hot take. I also changed this section a bit just to be less confusing. It used to involve like a block and pushing a block off the force floors and stuff, but I didn't care for that. I think that was the biggest problem people had with the level, honestly. That and the force floor timing in general. But there's really not a lot of that. Alright, well, all the chips are collected. We can exit. Yeah, Dream Team is my favorite one. Superstar Saga is my second favorite for sure. And I would probably say Partners in Time is probably my third favorite. I never played Bowser's Inside Story. I know that's probably crazy to say. But I don't know. I never really thought much of the game. A lot of people regard it as the best one. Maybe I should play it one day. And Paper Jam I tried playing, but I didn't care for it. And then I have Brothership for the Switch, but I also haven't really played it much. Yeah. Very cool level. I love it to death. It's one of my absolute top favorites of all time. Contrary to what other people think of it. And yeah, I hope the improvements I made to it make it a little better for you. If not, then can't say I didn't try. Alright, so let's put this into practice. So we're going to change Joshua 4 to 13 and with no problems whatsoever. Cool. Alright, our final level of the video, Exterminators Club, which is one big bug heavy level that I died in. Of course I died. A lot of CC1-esqueness to this level.
Bummer.
How do you die twice? I'm a little awkwardly positioned because I was talking. But I was trying to figure out what to do about this this OBS problem that just randomly decided to show up. Normally in situations like this, I would have just restarted the whole recording, but I had about an hour's worth of footage, and I'm not going to give that up very easily. So the final outcome of the video is probably going to look a little clunky. But we're just going to have to live with it. You leave those guys to a drink. These bugs are thirsty. They need to have some water. And so do you. Hydrate yourself. What a video though, man. This video was all over the place, from the whole spaghetti code thing to the OBS problems. I mean, talk about a wild ride. Okay, so there's just 3 chips left. There's 2 in the water. And there's 1 somewhere else. Gotta be careful with this, though, because there's bugs roaming around. Alright, where's the last chip? I almost walked right into that bug, and I would have been so upset. Okay, it's right there. Yeah, just get out of there. And with that, we are done with Exterminators Club. And with that, we will add that level to Josh L2. We had a lot of Josh L2 levels today, didn't we? And we will end the video there with a level title that just barely doesn't fit. Gotta love those long leveled names. So I apologize for how this level, or not this level, how the video came out. Not what I expected whatsoever. But at least we know it happened, and we got a workaround for it, so it's not a lost cause. And I don't have to give up the LP. That's the most important thing. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today. A lot of unnecessary deaths, a lot of frustrating parts and moments and what have you. We're at a score of 9 million. I think that'll reach 10 million by the time we reach level 200 in the next episode. Yeah, everything was going good until Spaghetti Code, and then it kind of got better up until solving Dark Vanilla, and then just stuff happened, and the same thing happened after Rinkamesh. So a good array of levels, all things considered, though. I mean, we had what? 1 reject level, couple Josh L5s, couple Josh L2s. Some pretty overall good quality stuff. Josh L4. Not too bad, not too bad. But hopefully next video will be a little bit better. It will be a lot more cleaner. I gotta make a lot of edits, too. I gotta make a lot of edits, man. Because let's just say I had a little bit of a swearing incident during this recording session. And I'm not about that with recording videos anymore, so Nonetheless, if you stuck around, I really do appreciate it. Your time is valuable to me. And please have a good day, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time for mechanical tanks and stuffed randomizers.